It's spooky.
Hey there, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of the Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Hello.
I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to read you folks some homegrown horrors.
Indeed. Homegrown horrors are the stories that you wonderful folks have sent to us and have trusted us to share with our listening audience. In most cases, you've stated, hey, this is good to share. In some cases, we get emails and people say, like, hey, don't share this. I just want to tell someone so I don't feel crazy. You can do that as well. But either way, if you have a story you would like to share with us, you can email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us, fill out that form, and send it directly to us. Or hit us up on social media. Facebook is facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast. Twitter is @Scaryish Pod. And Instagram is @Scaryish Podcast. It's good to be back.
If you guys hear any weird scratching noises, it could be part of the story, or it could just be our dog.
Or Robin's computer's been making weird noises lately. I gotta pop that thing open and see what I can do. So, fun times. That said, we're going to pause for our listening audience and reorient our camera because it's very Robin-centric, which we can all agree is the best of the Scaryish faces.
No.
You're not balding. It's called a part. Can you go any further left, or is that maximum level?
I'm encroaching on the dog bed. I'm literally pushed the dog bed up.
I think you should push further because I have no... My leg is as far as it goes right now. Yeah, that'll work. No, I feel like I'm too centered. Come this way. Ow. Or we can just scooch the camera again.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's not fine. I'm still uncomfortable. Oh, you're too far away now. I miss you.
Fuck. Can you tell
just scooch the camera to the left.
Can you tell it's been a while?
It has been a while.
I like that you can see everything on my computer, bro.
Well, when you said, like, what can you see on my computer, I said you can see your cords. And how much of a nightmare it is.
No, you could see everything.
Then why didn't you just turn it off? You should have put a Scaryish logo up. That actually would have looked super cool. So.
Sorry, you can see Carlos and the Williams.
Yeah, very big Williams support coming from this household this year. For those of you who are into F1 and know what that means. Those of you who don't, that's totally fine.
Also wearing Scaryish hoodies. So.
Nice. I'm not. I was actually told to cover the logo of the brand that I was wearing because they don't sponsor us anymore. So that's what I did. I put on a nice shirt. And, yeah. You know, I had a whole different haircut for like 4 months, and I really, really liked it. I like it better than the one I have right now. And I was checking to see when the last time we streamed was. And the entire time I had that haircut, we never streamed. Like 5 months ago was episode 208, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Wow.
So I'm going to grow that back out. But, yeah, this is obviously something that's not going to make the actual episode. This is just something for the wonderful folks that are watching us live right now. But just want to say hi. Robin said she's going to eat a snack during this auditory hellscape nightmare that we'll be editing later, so...
Okay, let's go back to the chat. Let's start from the beginning of the chat.
You want to just not do a story time first?
No, we're going to do a story time.
Not do a story time first?
It's been a while. Let's say hello to everybody, please.
Whatever, it doesn't even matter. First person in either channel was Sludge Lord McGoober. Solid name.
When I used to work at the reclamation facility, that should have been my name, Sludge Lord.
That's funny. Hi, it's Sludge Lord. Lady Boss 1958 says, hello. Sludge Lord said, I was surprised to get a Discord notification that they were live. Decided to hop in.
It's been a while.
Also, the thing that we use to stream simultaneously to YouTube and Twitch at the same time said that it no longer supports social alerts. And it had like all my accounts disconnected. So I was also shocked that a Discord notification went out, but I'm happy it did. Eve over there on YouTube says, hi guys and gals. Hello. Captain Fake Eye says, hello all. What up again? Captain Fake Eye. I saw her last night because we recorded an episode of Twats.
I'm just like, I get like the secondhand news about Faye from you. So I'm just like.
Yeah, and I give them the secondhand accountings when I watch The Wheel of Time. when you're just like, who the fuck is that chick? They're like, are those two people going to have sex with each other? I let them know on Twats. So, Angela says, hello, happy Saturday. Hello, Angela. We miss you. We love you. We should see you soon.
Yes, we should see you soon.
Sherry Sue says, hey, I was playing a game and focused, and then I noticed a notification, closed it, and then realized it was Scaryish and dropped my game for now to listen and watch the pod.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sherry Sue. It's a long time we haven't seen you
Latreo
guys.
said hi. I almost forgot. Hello.
We almost forgot to.
No, we didn't.
I mean, kind of. Last night, I was like, we have nothing going on tomorrow, right? And Rob was like, yeah, nothing. Except the stream. I was like, fuck. Because I hadn't tested anything. Luckily, it wasn't very broken, so that's good. All right, gonna keep scrolling. Sludger said they're about to post a game and then saw the notification. Sherry Sue says, I woke up very late going up to get dressed. So exhausted from the work week. I hear you, man. Like, bless you.
Same.
Right into the microphone, too. Look
bad.
at that spike.
Oh, that spike.
We apologize to the ears of our listeners. This is how Robin always is, though. Shout out to 911 Girl who resubscribed for the 40th month. Excuse me, the 40th month at Tier 1. They've been subscribed for 56 months.
Damn.
So there was 16 months where apparently they were above Tier 1. Says, hi, everyone. I hope you're having a good weekend. So far, so good. Okay. Jacqueline says, hi, guys. Missed you guys. I am not sure, Jacqueline, if we have a story of yours. We have a story from a Jackie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it this Jacqueline?
I literally just said, I'm not sure if it's yours,
Maybe?
but we have a story from one.
Okay.
Now one girl says, Adam, I can see half your face. Yeah, I was totally leaning over this way. I also shaved recently, and I feel like naked.
Sludge Lord says it could be the clod hose, the scratching sound. That's fine.
I have clipped my nails recently, so
I have not. It could be mine.
All right. Sludger says that Robin's homework folder. I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff that's Scaryish related on that desk, though. She's definitely packing up merch to send over.
Oh
to
yeah, all the stuff that's on the desktop. Those are all like stickers and magnets that I need to put into Patreon packages to
send out. We got a lot of merch ready to come out to you folks. Faye says, what? Are you a Williams fan, Robin?
I am a Red Bull and Ferrari fan, but
she's a Carlos
fan.
fan.
I'm a Williams fan this year because Carlos went to Williams, and I support my.
I really love Carlos. You know? I love Alex as well. Also, Williams events are
I do love Alex. Yeah,
Williams events are really fun to go to, and they're pretty accessible. Maybe not this year because they got Carlos signs now, but yeah, I really want to see those drivers do well. So. Eve says, I got my sister to listen to you guys. Woo, woo. Thank you so much. All right. And then one girl says that they love and miss us too. Sludger says, in case the context was lost, Adam's clawed hooves was when both talked.
Was it just being mean to Adam? It's okay. I'm mean to him, so.
No. Yeah, you're good. You're good, dog. It's fine. I figured you were someone we knew who also knows that I very rarely clip my toenail. Okay. And Robin always complains that I cut her up.
Lady Boss says, I'm currently watching while cutting up pork belly. Ooh.
That sounds so fucking good. Oh my God, I want to make pork belly now. All right, we are caught up. Now we're going to get into the first episode. First episode? We haven't done this in a minute.
First episode.
First story. I'm going to mark this so I can go back and edit it a little bit easier later.
Are you going first or me going
first? I'll go ahead and go first. Okay. All right, so for this episode of Storytime, we do have 4 stories. 3 of them are fairly long-ish, not crazy long or anything like that, and one of them is short. And we're going to start out with the short one, which I'm going to take. And this one's story, Jesus Christ. This one's subject is, I have a story for you guys, in parentheses, share this on the show.
Okay.
Appreciate it when you're letting us know you can share it on the show. Marking it for our live studio audience to let you know, I have not proofread any of these, and I just realized it. So, this could be bad.
Just proofread while you read.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to make sure just like stand a couple words ahead to make sure there's no profanities that are just unacceptable that we wouldn't use. You have an eyelash, like, in a really weird spot. I got it. There you go. I was afraid it was going to get into her eye, folks. All right. So, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking. I didn't put on any makeup or
no one can tell. You're
anything.
Just that beautiful.
No. But I might be dry and goopy.
You mean your humor or your face?
Both. Okay.
All right. Here we go. And the story goes like this. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And everyone else has
Why
to
do
say
you gotta
hello.
say it like how you say hello, Clarice?
Hello, Clarice. Everyone else out there say hello in a really creepy way, too. My dad shared the story with me the other day. I've been listening to the show for the last year, and I'm still trying to get caught up. We do have a substantial backlog
We
nowadays,
do.
So.
But this is from this year. So, yeah, you have a lot.
This one came in, actually, in March. So
it is
we have,
March.
I think we have, like, including the ones we're about to read, 8 or 9 in the pipe, so we'll have enough for another story time here soon. which is great. But I'm going to keep going. So they're still trying to get caught up. My dad is a truck driver, and he gets to see stuff all over the states. But this story is a bit creepy. My dad was driving down to Phoenix, Arizona, and mind you, it's around 3 in the morning. He was driving down the road close to Skinwalker Ranch, and he saw a deer on the side of the road. He said it was standing on its hind legs, and its head was facing the road, like watching traffic. At first, he was like, what the fuck? And he started to think about it, and he said to me, this doesn't add up. The more he thought about it, the more it scared him. I said to him it could have been a skinwalker, and he said that's also what he was thinking. Keep on creeping on. Love you guys, and have a good day. First of all, thank you for sending in your story. Second, we have a lot of folks that listen to us that are like truck drivers, and they reach out to us and let us know the crazy shit that they've seen. And man, it is like universal for all the truck drivers that reached out to us. We've never had a truck driver reach out and been like, I've never seen anything creepy. There's always a story.
I feel like we do get a lot of stories too about like, I swear it was a skinwalker.
Or like the black dog. Yeah. Like that too.
Yeah.
We get a lot of stories about that. So thank your dad for sending the story in too. We really appreciate it. And there's a lot of folks out there with stories just like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, if you know something, if you've heard something, if someone's told you a story, share with us.
Yeah, this is a see something, say something community. This isn't a snitches get stitches community. We are high on snitch energy here.
What is the thing that they say on the tube, on the underground?
On the tube?
Where they repeat it all the time.
I thought it was see something, say something.
It's something...
see it, say it, sorted.
Yeah, sorted, yeah.
Yes, that was just like, we heard it so many times it was living in my memory somewhere, so... Anywho, thank you for sending that in. All right, so that's the first story. We're going to look over and see what else has happened in the chat. I want to tell you all, I'm not going to put this in the show, about a dream I had. So I had this dream that, like, I was, like, you know, sometimes you have a dream and you're like, I think I'm dreaming, and you wake up. Or, like, you can control the dream a little bit. I had a dream last night that I was, like, at an amusement park, and we had a, like, hotel room at a resort. And...
Is this the future? Are we going to Disneyland?
I don't know. It was a really nice place, though. And, like... At one point, I started to get really sad, and it's like I started to realize it was a dream because it was a really good dream, and I tend to not have those. I usually have nightmares. And we were just, like, laying in bed, just, like, laying there, and I got, like, super upset, and I started crying. And you're like, why are you crying? I was like, because I'm pretty sure this isn't real. And I couldn't remember what of my dream...
That's so sad.
What of my dream wasn't real. And specifically, like, I was trying to say it to you, and I couldn't say it in my dream, like, I don't know if you're real. And that upset me so much.
What in the Hunger Games?
And then I wind up waking up, and she was so fucking mean to me.
No, I was not. He was mean to me. And he was yelling at me.
This is me being mean to her. She goes to the bathroom, and she goes, ugh, no one put toilet paper up here. And yesterday, she said the same thing, and she left. And I was like, she went downstairs where the toilet paper is. And then apparently the problem just didn't get resolved. She just used a bathroom downstairs that had toilet paper. But she was still pissed at me.
I wasn't pissed.
For not knowing that. So I was like, I guess I'll go get the toilet paper. So, anywho, it's been fun. It was like such a juxtaposition for my dream of like, I don't want to lose you. I'd rather be in the dream. It's waking up, someone being like, I need to wipe my ass, bro.
No, I didn't need to wipe my ass. I have not taken a dump today. Thanks. You know who has, though? This guy.
It's true. Thank you for sharing that.
You're
It
welcome.
was very healthy, and I'm very proud of it. Also, our dog was having some digestive issues recently, but she is back on track, so I'm very relieved about that. We were waking up like every hour and a half to take her outside, and that was a nightmare. And I still had to clean up like 4 piles of poop in the house.
Mary's a big fan of the podcast.
Oh, yeah, Mary's down there, too. Okay, let's go ahead and keep reading up. Sludgewood says, I meant on the home screen like a homework folder, but it's so cool to see the stuff prepared for just the fans. There's like so many. Her desktop has so many icons.
My computer desktop is like video games, apps to print stuff.
My desktop is so organized, and I didn't realize until seeing how disorganized other people's stuff are. The top left is like administration stuff. The bottom left are tools that I use, and the top right are the shortcuts to video games I have. And the bottom right only has one icon, and it's the recycle bin.
Bro, it's genuinely all video games, and then like apps on like my computer, like how to run my computer because I don't know how to do anything.
There you go. Latreia says, you look beautiful. Eve says,
thanks.
You are beautiful.
Wait, are you talking about Adam? Because you are beautiful.
Thank you. I have a lot of grace.
My hair.
I turned 40 in like 40 days, y'all. I'm so old.
I turned 36 this year.
Cool.
Fuck.
You're mid-30s. Those were good years for me.
You know, 36 starts cougar territory. Cougar,
no,
let's go.
35 starts cougar territory. But then your friends at work said it was supposed to be 40.
Is it 40? I'm cool. I'm either way.
And I've been a manther for a while.
Cougar it up.
I'm on the fucking prowl out there, boys. All right. Sludger says, I don't know what that was, but it does not sound like a deer. A deer standing on its hind legs looking across the highway, to me, is not a deer. Or it could be like an anthropomorphic like animal, like in a Disney movie. You never wonder, like, from a perspective, how a Disney movie could look like a skinwalker to someone else.
Jacqueline over on YouTube says, currently, did you already read that?
That?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Currently on my way to Warner Bros. Tour. Ooh, jealous. Ooh. My BFF reminded me of the live phone stop being GPS. Priority. That's freaking
That's funny. Hilarious.
Different Jackie, but I do have one. Oh, fuck yeah,
Send
let's
it over.
Go.
We'll compare the Jackies. We'll let you know who's the best Jackie of them all.
Faye says, I am a Ferrari fan mostly because of Hamilton.
I like Hamilton outside of Ferrari. I don't like how Hamilton drives. I will say that.
I think Hamilton is a really good person.
Yeah.
Like, he does so much.
He just gets too much of a free pass for being a dickhead of a driver.
When it comes to driving.
But that's how champion drivers are. And, like, that's just how, like, Michael Schumacher is one of the dirtiest fucking drivers I've ever seen. And he was also, like, one of the greatest drivers of all time. And I think Lewis is the same way. But I think Lewis wants to be regarded as a clean driver. And I'm just like, no, dude. No. The amount of times I've seen you be like, oh, this person's going to pass me, I will wreck them now and take a 5-second penalty.
He's always just like, they just turned into me.
Yeah, that excuse of, like, they turned into me, mate. Like, fuck right off.
That's a controversial topic, the whole Lewis Hamilton thing. Sludge Lord says, I wish I understood cars, but like with football, I would just pick someone cool and root for them. American root, not Australian root. Oh, that's funny. That's
fine. That works. That's how you start.
That's how you start. So, like, when I started, who did I pick? I
picked Red Bull because they weren't winning in the documentary we were watching, and I had no idea that they would eventually be the people that I would pick against. Yeah, but I'd already committed to it.
We watched Drive to Survive, but when we first started watching, we were like, okay, Red Bull's our team, big whoop, and then...
She jumped off that bandwagon super fast.
And then, once you start watching and you pick up other people that you really like, Adam is still like Max Verstappen all the way, 100%. That's his homie. He's like champion.
For me, there's a lot of expectations put on his shoulders at a very young age, and I think he's lived up to it, and he did not have a great childhood because of that. Yeah. So I'm like, generational trauma, I get it.
I have a handful of, like, favorite drivers.
Mine are also not attached to my sexual attraction to them. So I'm able to pick based off of the content of their character. Okay. Which is funny to say about Max Verstappen because a lot of people don't like him.
I think he's also hot. Max Verstappen does,
I can fully acknowledge Charles is a beautiful man.
Bro.
We really needed to start that one podcast. She didn't want to do it with me. She asked one of her other friends to do it, and that person flaked on her. So, which was the first time she was like, teach me how to edit because I'm going to have my own podcast now without you. So I taught her, and then that person flaked, so we'll see what happens there.
Okay, so Eve over on YouTube says, my dad mentioned a ghost or energy that rocks the truck, and it scared the hell out of him. I can't even imagine, like, driving along and your truck is just getting shaken, you know?
Shook it.
Chris Wolf says, woo! Long time no see / talk. It's been a while.
We should play games, man. We haven't played any.
I think, are we playing a game after this?
Maybe. We're tossing around the idea. I don't know what game to play, though. Like, we have Repo that we just started, but you would have had to have taken
if I take it now, it might be. I should take it now anyway.
Take some Dramamine.
Oh, don't look at my booty.
Here, I'll cover you up there. There. No one gets to see but me. Man, the white balance has been thrown off. I look like a fucking ghost. Oh my god. What is happening? This camera's not automatically adjusting. Whatever. I think it's because it's trying to focus on Robin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll read some more stuff. Sludgelord says, there's an STP about this, Adam. The Dungeon Master one where a guy loved the story more than life to the point where he didn't want to live outside it. The only SCP that makes me feel things. I remember we had an email that someone copied from a creepypasta.
Yes, where it was like he lived his entire life, had a family, had a wife. Yeah. He woke up from the coma and it was all fake or whatever.
Yeah. And has rosy cheeks. That is a normal thing for me. I have rosacea. And sometimes the camera makes it look better. Sometimes it makes it look worse. This is about as accurate of a description of my like skin right now. It was not when I was completely blown out white when Robin stepped away. Adam, your screen would be my hubby's organization dream screen. I'm trying to adjust to the fact that my sweater is white. Well, that's good to hear, lady. I'm saying lady because that's the beginning of your name. Latrey says, I got 8 days till my birthday. I'll be 37. We probably won't see you before then. So happy birthday, Latrey. That's awesome. Congrats. 37's a great year, too.
Sludge Lord says, prey animals acting weird freak me out. Shout out to Nope and that chimpanzee. Bro,
That was creepy.
That movie, I know it's not the best movie, but I enjoy that movie a lot. I think the end is stupid. I hated the end, but everything up until that point is so good.
Yeah.
Like, also, Glenn is in it.
Yeah,
and he's, I love him, so, you know.
You hear the click-clack, and that's our Shiba Inu getting settled. She thinks I'm working, so she's laying on my foot. The founding father was a driver-ass sludgelord? Nah, that's Alexander Hamilton. I had a D&D game where I put, I had 3 Hamiltons in there, and I had Alexander Lewis, and no one picked up on the naming convention. Alexander Lewis, and then I made up one named Oliver to throw them off. And, yeah, it was fun. That was the easiest names I had to remember.
Those are all F1 drivers.
Okay, cool. It wasn't at the time. This D&D campaign lasted for 4 years.
So. Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Sludger says, Divine Adam. Yeah, definitely for sure. My name is Crystal. I've sent you the Insta video and sleep paralysis demon.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha. Latria says, thank you so much. The sleep paralysis demon is the one where the sleep paralysis demon is playing Nickelback. And I was like, I'd rather have the old hag sit on my chest and suffocate me than listen to Nickelback.
Final Destination Trauma with Trucks. I am so excited for the new Final Destination movie.
That looks good.
It doesn't look like the first trailer that came out, you know?
Yeah, where it was just like the
guy in the tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
And then
I'm just trying to get this piece of
the second trailer was all about the actual story, family, the story, plot. The bloodlines in Final Destination Bloodlines. If people want to go watch that movie with us when it comes out, we should go watch that movie.
Organize a meet and greet.
That would be cool.
That would be fun. If we still had like a bigger following, I'd just rent a theater and have everyone show up.
Well, back during
COVID,
the dark
it was like $100.
Yeah, $100 times. Yeah, $100. You could rent the whole theater to play whatever movie.
Oh, I got a joke, and I didn't get the chance to say it because you got so excited about Final Destination. Oh. But it's regarding Lady Boss Crystal telling us like who they were on Instagram.
That's our cat.
Yeah, our cat's just scratching her nails. And she was saying, I sent the video of the sleep paralysis demon. And I was just going to say, this is how you remind me. It's a Nickelback song. Oh my God, what a fun pun. All right, we're going to go ahead and move into our next story. It was fun chatting with you guys. We'll do that again as soon as we're done with this next one. I'm going to minimize... Actually, I'm just going to close out the one we just read. Hand over the mouse to Robin. I can close that too.
Wow, you gave me this long-ass one.
They're going to get longer.
Okay.
Trust me.
Just so... What did you do?
I clicked the button. Nothing? Everything's good? Okay. There might have been something that was turned off or disconnected. We will figure that out later.
Okay. Just so you guys know, we do have boozy drinks here.
We haven't drank in forever.
I have my tea. I have green tea, but I also have a boozy drink.
I have Coke Zero with Brothers Bond Bourbon, which is now sold at Costco.
Hell yeah, Costco. I don't know what I have. Generic Kirkland stuff.
You have this Kirkland spiced rum. Captain Kirkland is what you have. God damn, that is really good. I don't even taste the booze.
Brothers Bond, if you guys have never had it before, or if you don't drink, you don't drink. Yeah. But if you do, it's like...
If you do and you like Vampire Diaries.
And yes, it's the brand by...
Stefan and...
Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder. And it's really good.
His name isn't Paul though, right? His name is actually
Paul
like Dmitriev.
Yes, he has like a different... Yeah, his acting name is Paul. But whatever, that's not important. But I mean, it's really good. It's shockingly good.
It's really good bourbon. It was like $30 for like more than a fifth, so.
All right.
Not too expensive. We're going to mark this again.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This is how you remind me. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so this next email, the title is Sleep Paralysis, Possibly Cursed Bed Frame, ? All right. So it goes, hello.
Hello.
Literally, it says, hello. Hello. It's your girl, Crystal, from Salem. I have more stories to share with the Scaryish fam.
I think Crystal might be in the chat right now.
What?
I'm pretty sure this is the one who sent us the Nickelback sleep paralysis demon.
Welcome. I feel like with all my stories, it may feel fake, too crazy to be true. But when you have been alive for 34 years, I guess that much can happen in your life. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm 35, and sometimes my friends are shocked by how many jobs I've had.
I'm 40, and I will tell our young people, like, I remember what dial-up sounds like still. I remember what life was like before dial-up, before the internet, and before cell phones. People are like, you're full of shit. I'm like, Google when Google started.
We have somebody who works with us who is incredibly young, incredibly young. Doesn't know what dial-up sounds like.
Wow.
It's yeah.
I didn't realize how old man I am now, because we were watching a horror movie and they were like, oh, here's some high school teens getting killed. And then, like, it cut to one of the high school girls, like
Gen Z.
going into the shower and, like, taking off her towel. I was like, what the fuck? She's a child, dude. This is disgusting. Oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forget that, like, everyone apparently loves barely legal boobies. And I was like, I got so upset that this high school girl was about to show her tits. And I'm like, holy fuck, I'm so old. It didn't occur to me when this happened, but it did, apparently, so... I heard a podcast where someone talked about how, like, their attraction has shifted the older they've gotten to people that match their age. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I realized in that moment, like, that is me. Oh, my God, I didn't realize this is happening to me.
I feel like I've always been, like, older people, please. Like, you know.
You never wanted me to have a mustache before, and I shaved down to one as a joke, and she was like, keep it. And I was like, I don't know what to do, and I ran in there and shaved it, so.
But, like, you know me, I'm like, damn, how long? Yeah, let's do that. Pedro Pascal, yeah, let's do that.
Pedro looks better and better with time.
Yep.
But let's get back to Crystal's story here.
Dude, like, damn. Okay. Anyway, Adam's like, let me cut all that out. I mean, the past 10 years, I have lived in 3 different states without being in the military, which is crazy. So, on to my stories. First one is my sleep paralysis story. I've experienced sleep paralysis in the past, but it was mostly just unable to move and feeling heavy weight on my chest. That was bad English. Ever?
Was it?
Yeah, I gotta let me redo that sentence again.
Oh, you mean bad reading?
Yeah, my Asian accent came out.
Boo.
I've experienced sleep paralysis in the past, but it was mostly just unable to move and feeling heavy weight on my chest. I always thought I must be just in that state of being awake and asleep at the same time. That's all. But the last one I experienced was before I moved to Massachusetts, and it was the most intense sleep paralysis I ever had. So, I've always hated sleeping in complete silence and darkness. Team nightlight, hell yeah. I have a nightlight on my side of the bed and Adam does not.
Yeah, silence I agree with. Darkness, though, I am fine with it. Give me a coffin with a fan in it and I will be so happy.
The irony of my nightlight, though, is that it is a haunted house and the light is green.
Yeah, it looks eerie sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a haunted house. It has bats and stuff on it. I have a problem, but I need light, some sort of light source, you know? So, I would always sleep with a video playing in the background. That's my younger sister. Sometimes rain noise, a documentary, crime docs, but since I play it on my YouTube, of course other videos start playing. Between Smosh or Swoop, docs about drama things, true crime, or whatever comes up. So, that night, while my husband was out working graveyard and I had been packing most of the day, I was just too tired to even play a video. I did have my pretty low lights on, but I had completely knocked out. That night, I was sleeping on my side but felt a heaviness on me, like it was pushing me down like before. But I experienced something new. I was feeling my head being pushed down, like it was making sure I could not move at all. I tried to move, but no luck.
Harder.
No! Oh my god. Adam's on this weird kick right now.
I've been making that joke for a while.
He's learning about the TikTok.
I get sent so many reels of book talk stuff from someone else on this podcast. Of course I'm learning.
Then the screaming started. The best way to describe it was screaming banshees. It was horrible. Like, when I think about it, it sends chills down my spine. I've totally experienced this type of thing before. During that time, I started to get mad, like, bitch, how dare you fuck with me? I'm dead. I tried to talk to it, but it was like a mumble. I was trying to say, fuck you, get away from me, but then the screaming started to say, haha, you can't tell me what to do, what the fuck?
Sounds like a childish banshee. That's just terrible.
Which scared me, but got me even more mad, so I tried to move even more and almost yell to it. Well, as much as I could. I'll show you, fucker. I can't even imagine. When scary stuff happens to me, my brain doesn't immediately go into I'm just like,
you're a flight type of person.
Yeah, I'm like, get me out of here, you know? Okay. Then I got up like I almost jumped out of bed. I was breathing rapidly like I was running. I looked over the bed and around the room. Nothing looked out of place from when I went to bed. But the one thing that got me was my phone was playing a video, which threw me off. Because I know I locked my screen, and I know it was off when I went to sleep. The thing was, it was playing a video from a podcast called Lights Out, which was covering a haunting. Not sure which one exactly. But I only remember that the video, because I remember
Start it over.
I only remember that video because I remember the hosts were talking about how they thought their set was haunted and they were being affected, like getting sick and hearing things move around on the set. Let's say I haven't really watched their videos for a while now since that happened.
Has a very Zach Baggins feel to it, but I also am a person who has a protection from evil charm on my microphone, so yeah, maybe get one of those.
So the next story is about my brother's possibly cursed bed frame. Eventually, all bed frames become cursed at one point or another.
Wonk.
What the fuck?
I thought that's what you were getting at.
I mean, so much. You spend so much of your life in bed.
Yeah, third.
And so many people die in bed. Yeah. And so it's like, if someone died in a bed, to me, immediately haunted. There's no way. Cursed. Can't.
Cursed. Wow.
So this is with the same brother who also got bit by the poltergeist. Okay. So from the beginning, our oldest brother got this wood unique bed frame. I wonder if it means antique. Wood antique? Unique? I don't know.
Either way.
He had it for about 2 to 3 years. And when we moved, he said he wanted a new setup. So he asked my brother, Kenny, Bite Boy, if he wanted the bed frame and bed. Imagine just calling your brother Bite Boy. It was free, so of course Kenny said yes. Please. It would mean he would go from a twin-size bed to a full-size. Yeah, of course you would take it, right? Now, after the move, Kenny had the bed set up first, of course. And he said that first night sleeping in the bed, he had a really bad dream. He didn't really describe it at first, but he brushed it off. Over time, he kept getting nightmares. He said it was getting worse. Again, he didn't really describe it, but finally, he said it was about demons. He would talk about it mostly with my mom. He finally thought it may have been related to the bed frame. So he took out the bed frame, he kept the bed itself and the box spring, so the mattress. He kept the mattress, the box spring. After he removed the bed frame, no more nightmares.
Interesting.
We have no idea why he had the nightmares, and the older brother had nothing happen to him. Again, I think it has to do with the fact he used to be a minister, but that's just a theory. A Scaryish theory.
Wow.
So I think this email will make more sense since I typed it out on a computer versus a phone that I used for my last 2 emails. I'm sorry for the last 2 emails having poor grammar. Nah, you're good. If I don't remember it, whatevs. But I don't remember anything. I'm still going through my backlog. I'm currently on episode 95, and I just love it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you again for doing what you do. It really makes me happy to hear you guys, especially when I still haven't made a lot of friends. Any real friends outside of work. You know what?
Man, the older we get, holy shit, do I identify with that.
The older we get, the harder it is to have any friends outside of work.
Yeah.
All my friends, I tell my I was going to say friends, my coworkers / friends this all the time. I'm like, you guys are my friends. I don't really, you know what I mean? I tell my coworkers all the time that you guys are not my friends. You are only coworkers. And the only reason I'm charming and funny to you is because I don't have anyone else to talk to. What the fuck? And they think I'm joking. I'm not. Keep on creeping on, Crystal. Thank you so much, Crystal. For your story. I'm sorry that Adam's annoying. It's hard to make friends, man. It really is. The older you get, it's hard to find people that are worth your time, and going out of your way to find people when your responsibilities of life start to overwhelm you a little bit more than they used to in your 20s and especially your teens. It's not as easy. So yeah. All the when I make plans to do things outside of work, it's with my coworkers again, and then it's just like you see them for 40 hours a week, and then you hang out with them. More than me. Yeah. No, that's not true. Yeah, because you come home, we're together for like 4 or 5 hours, and we go sleep. I see you all Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, because you sleep almost all of Friday, and I work during Friday. So we're in different rooms. We rarely see each other. I don't even recognize her sometimes. It scares me. I'm just like, who's this person in the house? Anyway, thank you. Yeah, thank you for sending that. It was a really good email. Very much appreciate you sharing your stories with us. The idea that you could have an object pass from one person to the other and one person's affected by it in a way that the other person wasn't is bizarre. So I do buy into your theory that it might be because they were a minister or something that leads them to be like more perceptible. That is not the first story that we've had where that happens either. We've had stories before where one person is affected, but somebody else say that sleeps in the room or lives in a house, nothing ever happened. I kind of like not Anaheim, Amityville Horror. The people that moved into that house afterwards, nothing ever happened to them. And so it's things like that happen. Sometimes it's attached to a person. I mean, bite boy, Kenny, right, was already bitten by a poltergeist. Maybe it's just his, I don't know if you've seen Dan to Dan, the anime, but like...
God, that show's so good.
But these people have this energy that attracts these weird things to happen to them. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's something like that. I don't know.
Or it could be that your brother that gave the bed frame cursed it, just as a fucking joke. That's something that my brother would do, for sure.
Wow.
So, I mean, I would probably do that to a couple of my friends, to be like, hey, how's your dreams lately, brother?
Anyway, thank you so much.
All right, 2 emails down, 2 to go. Let's see what our wonderful listening audience had to say during that. Eve said, meet and greet, nice. And she also said, I love that rum. Jacqueline says, 5 o'clock somewhere. Cheers. And Lady said, it's me. Now one girl says, my coworker has bottles autographed by Paul and Ian.
Okay.
When we bought it, they told us that...
Can we trade? Can we have one that's not?
Yeah, can we trade for the valuable one, please? When we bought it, the lady told us that the Costco that was nearer to us before we moved had Paul and Ian there signing stuff just recently. And she was like, I didn't understand why they were doing a meet and greet at Costco. And we were like buying the bourbon. She's like, now I get it. So that is funny. Lady says, I've sent 2 previous emails.
Sludge Lord says, oh ho ho, a haunted bed frame. Don't blame me. Blame our friends on the other side.
XM Awesome X says, I turned 40 this year and I still remember all that too, Adam.
Oh, Jacqueline says, that's my bestie, Crystal. That's so cute.
Woo. Jacqueline says, okay, Adam, you mentioned Zach. LOL, thoughts on Aaron's Hitman situation.
Adam, do you know?
I saw it. I mean, obviously it's all over social media, or at least it was when it first happened. Like, obviously that shit's crazy. This is a boy who cried wolf situation where I'm just like, is this for publicity or is this legit? Because when you spend so much time making a show that's clearly bullshit, it's really hard to believe that something actually happened to you. So I was just like, that sounds serious. Then I was like, oh, the dude from Ghost Adventures, like, did he also go blind from demons? But it seems like it's a legit thing and it's fucking crazy. So once the trial plays out a little bit more, which might take some time, I would like definitely do a topic on it. Just because it's very interesting true crime and it totally overlaps with our audience.
Yeah.
So.
Am also says, I turned 40 this year and I still remember all that. Oh, I didn't. Whatever. Okay, fine.
Eve says, there is a museum somewhere in the Nordic countries about extinct sounds through the centuries. This blew my mind. As I get older, so many things come into my realization. Extinct sounds is super fascinating. Like, you have to wonder like what a saber-toothed tiger sounded like. It's probably like, yes, roar.
Yeah, okay. But they didn't have the technology to record it then.
I know.
So how would it work?
Passed down from generation to generation of like, if you hear yas roar, run. Jacqueline says, I started watching the show called Evil on Netflix, and season 1, episode 5, I think they bring up a paranormal show, and I think they totally make fun of Zach's show, LOL. I think
Evil is a really good show.
At least one season of that, yeah.
We've watched 2 or 3 seasons. Lady Boss says, to be fair, he's super pale. So their brother is super pale white and they're super dark. I'm dead. Stop.
Sam says, thoughts on GOP. Okay, we don't do politics on the show. It is a politic-free zone. So there's plenty of places to talk about stuff like that. Totally understand. There's just so much stuff going on in the country. It seems like it's impossible to find a spot to not talk about it. That's kind of what we try and make this. And by kind of, I mean totally for the last 7.5, 8 years. So. But totally respect you having an opinion. Just letting you know, I'm not going to reply. Lady says, or I can just say Crystal at this point because we know it's Crystal. You haven't read my previous email yet, so no worries. I think my first email may explain it. Send it again, just in case, because it might have gotten lost in the shuffle, or for whatever reason, it might have flagged to spam. Latreia says, Dan to Dan is freaking awesome.
It's really good.
So
it's so fun. I made Adam watch it because he hadn't watched it yet, and he was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Because she's like, I think you'll like this. And then the first 5 minutes is like a high school girl got to get raped.
What
and
the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Why are you saying what the fuck? That's what happens in the show. I was like, this is horrifying. Why would you think I'd like this? And then it gets crazy. So.
It's, the way Adam explains it is not like, it's not a drama show. It's like.
This is the first 5 minutes.
It's like a over-the-top Japanese anime that's supposed to be like a mix of comedy and it's like I don't know. But
Eve says, the sound of cars, old machinery, birds, and other environmental sounds. That's pretty cool. Sam also pivoted off the politic question, said, thoughts on Amazon taking over the Bond franchise, which I was not aware of. Not a fan, and I'll tell you why. Because my favorite property out there is Wheel of Time, and Amazon has not adapted it well. And it makes me very concerned for how they would adapt something like Bond that has such a giant following.
But they did the Lord of the Rings one well.
I mean, Rings of Power is still very controversial, and it's probably because I'm not as connected to the source material there. A lot of people don't like Rings of Power. A lot of people don't like The Boys. They were following pretty closely to that, and then Eric Kripke went like way off the fucking rails and is nowhere near the source material. I think Invincible is probably their best adaptation, and it's probably just because like Kirkman is so directly involved with writing and producing. So yet to be seen. It is nice when Amazon takes over a franchise because you know they have the money to do it right. It's just whether or not they have the people there to do it. So fingers crossed. Latrell says, my husband didn't like it. 91 Girl says, you should check out Ray Williams Johnson on TikTok. He tells Aaron's story, and apparently the dude Aaron's wife set this up with is in prison for killing his mom, dad, and brother because they wouldn't let him send any more money to some webcam girl. It's crazy. Holy shit. I did not know that at all.
I didn't realize that that Amazon took over the Bond franchise.
Kim Core says, are y'all into Severance? We'd love to hear your thoughts. We literally just talked about it yesterday. We haven't watched an episode.
Yeah.
We're like, we should start this. Yeah. And so I think we're going to start it this weekend.
So they paid almost $2 billion for Bond.
Wow.
It makes sense that they would pay so much money though, because Bond is,
it's a fucking franchise that you can constantly reboot, and everyone's so familiar with it.
Yeah.
He's the Doctor Who of action films.
Yeah.
Like, you just change his face, start over, like, recast the same people. Everyone gets excited. Like, they want to see who the new person that's playing Moneypenny and, like, all of his enemies are. You can just keep rebooting it endlessly. So, yeah, it's a good purchase for sure. Yeah. I'm just hoping they do it right. So, okay, cool.
Henry Cavill, let's go.
What's that?
Henry Cavill, let's go.
Henry Cavill had his audition tape, and it sent mixed feelings through the internet because it was back when they were still casting Daniel Craig and he was very young. And everyone's like, oh, it's such a bad audition tape. It's like, have you ever seen an audition tape, guys?
They're usually
pretty good for an audition tape.
But Tom, what is his name? Tom...
Hardy? Hiddleston?
No. Holland. His audition tape for Spider-Man, though, is so cringe, but, like...
I've never seen it.
It's so Spider-Man.
They're all very cringe. That's the nature of an audition tape. Like, Elijah Wood's audition tape that he sent for
Lord of the Rings.
Frodo was like him in a cloak in a tree reading lines from the book where you could barely hear him.
Yeah.
And like, that's the cringiest shit ever. And guess what? He became fucking Frodo, which was amazing. So, okay.
Shout out to Chunkster for resubscribing with Prime. They've been subscribed for 32 months.
It's been so long. Glad to be back with you all. We are glad to be back too. I would like to start doing gaming streams now that we're a lot more settled in the house. So, we'll see how many of those are going to be popping up here in the near future so we can see you guys more often. All right. Marking it. So we're going to go ahead and move into the third story of this episode. And this one is, its subject is from me because these were sent to us on Instagram. Jackie reached out to us on Instagram and sent us some stuff. And I copied, pasted it into an email and sent it over. So it just says stories from Jackie. And it starts out like this. Hello, Robin and Adam.
Hello.
Hello. I started listening to your podcast and I'm currently on the Creepy Twins episode. So I do this thing.
That's like early. That's pretty early on, the Creepy Twins.
Yeah, that's really early on. Whenever I'm around our friends from the JJ Obsession, or my cousins who are twins, if twins are ever brought up, I'm like, ew, gross. Just to be a dick. So
he doesn't actually think twins are gross.
No, not at all. It's just a funny joke. So I give that to you to use around your twins friends. Continuing on with the email. I found you all on Spotify. Shout out to Spotify. During a drive from North Carolina to Texas. It's a long drive. And I've continued listening ever since. I was reaching out to suggest doing military horror stories military horror stories. I'm not sure if you guys have an episode on this yet, but military barracks are super haunted because of the high suicide rates.
Shut the front door.
There is also training they do in the middle of the California desert where a lot of military members claim to have encountered skinwalkers and other spooky things.
I could see that because we kind of encroach on everything, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And there has to be some places that are secret. You know,
my mom went on a bike ride and wound up like crossing over military base borders.
Yes,
and like Men in Black showed up. And they're like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, it looks like a turtle sanctuary."
She was looking for a turtle sanctuary. They're like, "There's no turtles here,
and
lady."
then she goes to this building and there's just a bunch of computers and stuff inside, and they were just like,
"It's a weird fucking story. We got to have her back on to tell it. It's so funny."
I wonder, did she already tell the story? Maybe
I don't think she told it on the show. No. So, anywho, I myself have had a few encounters in the barracks that I would like to share if you guys are interested in the topic. Thank you for what you do. I'm glad to see you guys are still continuing the podcast into 2025. We are indeed. We've had a few folks from the military actually come on the show and talk about stuff that they've had.
Yes.
We had Rhett come on, and he had a really good story about going into like an ammunitions bunker.
Yeah.
That was horrifying. So we definitely would love to do more of it and maybe just compile it into a topic. Obviously, send in your stories because we want to hear more. But there is stories that they did share now that we're going to jump into. So I first entered the military in 2020.
Wow.
I was stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. It was my first. That's where my brother was for his training. So I've been there.
Does everybody go to the same place?
Not always, but it's definitely one of the places that a lot of folks go to.
Oh.
It was my first week in the fleet. In parentheses, fleet is where you go after you're done with pipeline training. And my roommate was on leave, so it was just me in my room. For reference, the rooms are pretty small, kind of like a studio apartment with a shared bathroom and a closet for you and your roommate. I'll send a picture of the layout for reference. I had just gone thrifting with my only friend I had. In parentheses, we had gone through the schoolhouse together. In a city nearby and bought some small trinkets and candles. I lit one of my candles and headed off to bed. We blow our candles out before bed just because I'm convinced if we don't, our house will burn down.
Yeah, that's a big fear for me.
Yeah. I woke up, but I was terrified to open my eyes because I heard whispering and muttering around my bed.
Yep, no pass.
Was your candle black and did it burn with a black flame? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen a movie called Hocus Pocus that talks about this. I'm just kidding. I actually had a black flame candle in one of my D&D games, and it was so fun to use. But this reminds me of it a lot. So I was terrified because I knew nobody else could possibly be in the room with me. However, I could see shadows walking in front of the candlelight behind my closed eyelids.
No.
I tried convincing myself it was just sleep paralysis until I realized I could freely move my toes and fingers. Pause here. When you're trying to convince yourself it's sleep paralysis, I think what you're really trying to convince yourself is I'm hallucinating.
Yeah.
I'm in a dream state where I know I'm awake, but I'm still kind of dreaming. And then knowing that you have control of your body, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, unpause. Unfortunately, for me, as soon as I did that, I heard, shh, you're going to wake her up.
No.
Directly at the foot of my bed. That immediately put me into flight or fight mode, so I shot up from my bed ready to defend myself, only to realize no one else was in the room with me, and my blanket flew off my body and landed on the floor.
Oh, I have chills. That's horrifying.
I was completely terrified, but I had nowhere to go since I was new and didn't have any friends yet. I ended up having to pick my blanket up off the floor, do a quick prayer, and then went back to sleep. I lived in that room for a couple of months before I moved to another floor. Friends I had over would always tell me how uncomfortable the room made them and how they would constantly wake up hearing the doorknobs being rattled.
No!
And my restroom light would flicker on and off while I was asleep. The light was motion activated and you would have to push a button for it to be able to shut off before the timer turned it off. Fuck, that's horrifying.
No freaking way.
This is really well written, by the way. I haven't done any editing on this, so it's very refreshing that it's so well written. I'm originally from Washington State. We lived in a pretty old neighborhood. When I was about 12, my father went to prison and there was a very dark aura in the home afterwards. It was a huge shift in the family dynamic, and I feel like that energy attracted a lot of negative things to the house. First, it started off with small things, like a blow dryer turning itself on by itself. I read that wrong. Like a blow dryer turning on by itself, a curtain fluttering, hearing footsteps and loud bangs around the house. Eventually, we started seeing shadowy figures, and my mom would get really bad sleep paralysis. She would say that she felt like it was someone sitting on her chest. The strange part about that was I would randomly wake up in the middle of the night and go to her room and shake her awake, to which she would ask how I knew she was having sleep paralysis.
Wow.
That's fucking awesome. Good job. Way to be a hero as a young kid. And as an adult, thank you for your service. A few weeks after that, there was still small things happening around the house. My sisters and I were watching a scary movie in the living room when our bedroom door slammed shut and we heard loud thunks in our room. Our mom was, I seriously think, and this is something that I've thought about a lot, creepy stuff happens when you're watching horror movies so often, and people in that heightened state of fear. And it's so easily dismissed where it's like, oh, you were watching a horror movie and you were afraid. Of course, you made something out of nothing. But if your fear is something that an entity can feed off of, it's like you're just giving it energy by watching a movie through entertainment. And it's like, oh, shit, I got all this energy. What am I going to do with this? I'm going to go trash their fucking room. That's what I'm going to do. So it's like if an entity feeds off fear and you're watching horror movies for entertainment, it's like maybe start watching different movies. All right, I'm going to keep going here. All right, our mom wasn't there because she had gone out with her friends for the weekend, so we had no adults to handle the situation. My older sister was too scared to check, and my little sister was about 2 to 3 years old at the time, which made her pretty useless during this situation.
What the heck?
I went and grabbed a knife from the kitchen. That's good because it could be an intruder. And then walked up to my bedroom door. I gathered all the courage I had and opened the door and then the bedroom light on. When I opened the door, I saw all of our lotions and perfumes that were previously on the dresser and nightstand on the floor, like if someone went in and knocked everything over.
What an asshole.
There was no one in the room, and the room was freezing cold. We didn't sleep in the room that night because we were terrified, so we all slept in the living room.
Sometimes, I don't know where this was, but here in California at least, we get a lot of earthquakes.
Yeah, we do.
And, like, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or something before, but there was that one earthquake where it just felt like
a jolt, like someone bumped into
someone just pushed the entire house.
Yeah.
And sometimes things like this where everything's knocked off of one shelf or something, I'm like,
could it have been an earthquake?
Could it have been an earthquake?
It's, depending on your region, you really have to take into account environmental factors like that, because like I was working one day and it felt like someone walked by and hit my chair. It made my chair move. I was like, what the fuck? And it really freaked me out. And my mind then went to like, was that an earthquake? And you can Google like, did I just have an earthquake in, and then whatever your address is, and it'll tell you like there was an earthquake near you like 7 seconds ago. And I had one where I messaged Robin. I was like, hey, I thought someone just bumped into my chair. I thought it was some paranormal shit. It was actually an earthquake, and you had felt it up at your work.
At work, yeah. My whole desk like shook.
Yeah, so there's definitely certain things where you have to like wonder about it. They said they were from Washington State. I don't know how frequently they get earthquakes, but it is West Coast.
Yeah.
But this seems much more directed.
Yeah, with like, the door slamming and stuff like that.
And then stuff being brushed off of a shelf or like thrown off of a shelf. So yeah, definitely a lot of things going on with this one. All right, the last part of this email is, the last thing I can remember happening in that old house also started with us watching a scary movie in the living room.
Maybe Adam's theory is
right.
Just
feeding it energy, man. I was getting pretty tired, so I decided to go to sleep. We had a bunk bed, and I slept on the top bunk. I'm a top bunk person myself. I like feeling like I'm floating off the ground. It feels pretty cool.
I don't want to be
in the bottom
bunk with you on the top bunk.
Why? Because I'll crush you if it collapses?
Yeah.
You goddamn right I would. I tucked myself, it's just like Black Sheep. I tucked myself in, getting ready for bed, when I felt the bed start shaking like someone was jumping on the bottom bunk. We just talked about the earthquake theory. This is crazy. I had left the door of my bedroom open so I could see the living room light pouring into our bedroom. I called for my older sister, hoping that she would respond from the bottom bunk, but she responded from the living room. I was terrified and asked if she could please come up to the bedroom and turn the light on so that I could climb down. She said, absolutely not. After I begged her for a few more minutes, she did not comply, so I had to jump off the top bunk. I didn't want to risk using the ladder to climb down and getting dragged by whatever was moving the bunk.
Yeah.
Totally matching that instinct. Anyways, I sprinted into the living room, and that's where I slept for the majority of the time that we lived in that house. Thankfully, we ended up moving to an apartment in town and didn't have anything weird happen there.
Maybe it was the house.
That's creepy as fuck.
Maybe it was the house.
Sounds like a really haunted house scenario, but the fact they moved into a barracks dorm and had similar shit, I shouldn't even say similar shit, but other creepy shit happen to them, is like, man, something about like your luck with like places you're living,
some people,
or just like attracting these things to you unintentionally.
Yeah,
like you were mentioning earlier. It's weird. It's like we're psychic. We're bringing up all these things before the emails bring them up. So thank you for sharing that with us. If you have more stories, we would absolutely like to hear them. If you have any friends or family members who would like to share their stories too, whether or not they're military, like definitely let them know, because I'd love to hear from it. Because if you have siblings that experience similar things, I'm wondering from their perspective how that was. Like, my sister was calling from the bedroom and I didn't want to go help her, and it turns out she was having a paranormal experience where like a poltergeist was attacking her. So that's something I would love to hear. But one more time, thank you for sending that in. All right, so let's look over into the chit chat and see what you guys had to say. We talked about Severance, $2 billion. Sam says, thoughts on Captain America Brave New World? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't understand the hate. I haven't seen it yet, so no thoughts. I know they had a ton of reshoots, and like it just kept getting reshot. They changed like a third of the movie over and over.
I haven't seen anything about it after its release.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a lot of hate. I thought it was just hate from...
I mean, I knew there was going to be hate just because it's a black dude playing Captain America, and there's going to be people out there who are just like pissed off about that. For me, I'm just like, Sam Wilson becomes Captain America. Bucky Barnes at some point becomes Captain America. It's a lot of Captain Americas. At some point, you got to switch out who's holding the shield. But you can always bring Chris Evans back in limited capacity if you want to. So I think people...
I would love that.
Especially Marvel fans enjoy hating on the thing they're supposed to like, and there's just so much of a anonymous form online for people to just toss out vicious hate for like any internet property. Like the best example I can give is Star Wars. When we were going to see Last Jedi, we're sitting in the theater and like other people were filtering in, and some guy says like, no matter, he said this to his friends, like, no matter how good this movie is, everyone will hate it online. Because no one hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans.
Facts.
And then we watched it and I was like, not exactly my flavor, but I didn't hate it. And then it was just like, it divided the fandom. People loved it or hated it. And everyone was so evil to Kelly Marie Tran.
Yes.
And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's an actor playing a character. Like, why do you have to be so shitty to people? And it's like, that mindset, I imagine, is what has been applied to Captain America Brave New World too. And I don't have time for it. I'm just like, dude, grow the fuck up. It's a movie. It should be fun. If you don't like it, don't watch it. The idea that people that don't like things have to go online to bitch about it is like, what a sad, lonely life you lead. Like, Jesus Christ. Go talk about the things you actually do like. Why is that so fucking hard?
Yeah, I usually, like, for me, I don't go around talking mad shit. If I don't like something, you know what, babe? You know what?
Sorry, the light was in my eyes. I didn't mean to look all
if I don't like something,
skeptical.
I don't comment on people's posts just to say I don't like something.
Yeah, why go out of your way to be a fucking dickhead? Like, people confuse that with like being an alpha or whatever that fucking culture is. It's like, no, you're just a fucking dickhead. Like, you're just an asshole.
No, if I want to support something, then I'll be like, yay, blah, blah, blah. Most of my comments are like that.
I've said this before on the show, and I'll say it again. Like, if you want to know what real, like, good masculine energy looks like, go watch John Barenthal's Hot Ones, where he talks about what being a decent person is like and what that looks like. And he also talks about, like, him and his brother have rivalries, and he's like, yeah, he's better at me than this, but I could beat his ass if I wanted to. Because he's like, yeah, he's filled with testosterone, he's this badass dude, but he's also a compassionate, caring individual who thinks that that's an important thing for a person to be. And I fucking love that dude so much. He didn't come back to the Daredevil show unless they addressed the fact that pieces of shit basically co-opt the Punisher logo to pretend like they're good people. He told them no unless they would add that storyline. And I was like, well, now I want to watch the new Daredevil season because John Barenthal's fucking awesome.
I just love this era of Daredevil. Like the characters.
Daredevil?
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they do such a good job. Like,
I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin is such good casting. Cause that dude is a fucking amazing actor.
Yeah, I love him as Thor.
Yeah, he was so good as Thor in Adventures in Babysitting. Sam Ann asked, have we seen Severance? Second time we've been asked that.
Yeah,
Not yet, but we're gonna put it on our calendar here. Teresa says, never leave a burning candle while sleeping. My husband did that one time, and I woke up feeling super dizzy. I was pissed, and there was so much soap build up in my nose.
Wow.
That's horrifying. Oh, well, look who decided to show. Glitch Grim finally makes an appearance, keeping your streak alive of being at every live stream we've literally ever done. The post to let folks know.
Even the test ones.
Even the test ones. The post to let folks know that we were going to stream today only posted to Instagram. It did not post to Facebook like it was supposed to yesterday. So I didn't realize that until like the countdown had started today. But yeah, which says I didn't see this till now. Playing Monster Hunter, totally unacceptable.
I want to play the new Monster Hunter.
It looks super good. Monster Hunter is fucking an awesome game.
I love the Palicos. That's like my favorite
I love
part.
chicken. I love liver. Meow mix sure delivers. The Palicos are super cute and they're cats, so I felt like that kind of overlapped.
Wow.
But yeah,
I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter.
Same.
All right. If you scroll back on my Instagram, you see.
She played the shit out of that game.
I played the shit out of
it. I thought I played the shit out of that game, but she collected every fucking set, including that like goobly wobbly head that looks like a wiener. That entire set was just hilarious to watch her run around and adventure in. All right, fun times. I'm going to pass this mouse off to Robin. Oh, you can't use the backup mouse anymore because this metal desk blocks the fucking dongle. Like, it barely works. It's fucking crazy how thick this... I mean, you helped me carry it up the stairs, how fucking metal it is. Metal as fuck, bro. But yeah, you can use that one. I'm going to mark it, and then we can get into the last email of the show.
You have 3 mice.
This one's for the work computer. This was my backup one for this exact reason that doesn't work anymore, and then that's just my normal one. So,
your mouse is dirty.
You're dirty. The silence that follows is so incriminating. Shout out to 911 Girl. 14 minutes ago, you donated 300 bits, and we didn't say thank you for that. Thank you for that.
All right. So for the final email?
The final email.
So for the final email... I knew you were going to keep going.
I need to check this one really fast. So let's pause, because I remember 2 people called me Batman that one day.
You check. I'm going to go pee.
Okay. Yeah, 2 people called me Batman one day, and I was just like, why are people calling me Batman today? And this one starts out with, hello, Batman and Robin. I am pretty sure that we've read this one before now looking at it. But it was not marked as read. So I'm going to go ahead and close that one out. That one was from Kayla. We had 2 from Kayla. One marked as read, one marked as not read. So they might have just gotten flipped. Let's check this other one from Kayla. It says, Fur Baby Ghost. Does anyone remember a Fur Baby Ghost email? And then her second one is the stairway. I think I remember the stairway. If this is a dorm, then I definitely remember it. Because we had one that I typed up haunted dorm as the description for. The friend Rena. Yeah, we definitely read this one. Okay, so we've already read that. Let's see what we have in the pipeline that I can pull in. All right. Yeah, there's some here that just aren't marked that we've definitely read. So Microsoft Outlook kind of sucks sometimes. Ooh, what about the Flash homegrown horror ones that have come in? They're like super short. She brought the dog. That was the quickest pee ever, and you found it, doggo.
Yep.
Anya Wabanya. There's our dog that was sick, but she's been so much better lately. She absolutely loves Robin, too, in case you couldn't tell. We read this. Okay, so the Flash Homegrown Horror ones we have definitely read already.
We already read that one.
No, this one we haven't read yet, but it's longer, and I was hoping to get one that's like relatively short. We read that one. Dang, we've like read all these. Yeah, because this Kayla person sent in 2, and I'm pretty sure the one we're about to read, we have already read. So, we read Crystals. We read the ones from Jackie. Did we read this one? Yeah, this is the short one from today. So we actually might have to read this one, which is fine. We can do that. But it requests that I read it.
Oh.
So I guess you get a break, huh? Lucky you. All right. Well, this is the one we're going to read, and I will give us a nice, wonderful intro on that. All right. So moving into the 4th email and final email of the show. Something I did not notice is that this one says that it's requesting that I read it. So you're getting 3 read from me and only 1 from Robin, which we can all agree is sad because she has those wonderful, luscious vocal cords that we all love to have fill our ear holes. But this one is from Gracie, and it starts out like this. Weird request that Adam read the story so Robin can be properly freaked out as more stuff is revealed. Anyway, what up, Adam and Robin? What up? Robin's getting her face licked by a corgi right now. All right. So, Robin's apparently not going to say hello.
Hello.
I've got a scary-ish, more scary than ish story for you. Something that happened to my mom when she was in her early 20s.
Oh, please tell me this is a true crime one, maybe? Or, I don't know, is it ghosts?
We'll find out, but it starts like this, 1987.
Okay, let's go.
My mom was leaving a party when a guy...
Stop, we're old enough to be this person's mom.
No, I was 2 in 1987. I wouldn't have been leaving any parties unless it was a 2-year-old birthday party where I was shitting my pants.
You're absolutely right.
My mom was leaving a party when a guy she didn't... You weren't even born yet either. Was leaving a party when a guy she didn't know asked for a ride. Being the overly trusting person she was back then, not anymore, she agreed. He said he was staying in a motel a few towns over, and since it wasn't too far from where she lived, she didn't think much of it. During the drive, they made small talk. He was older, about 22 years older than my mom. He was from Arkansas and claimed he'd been visiting friends. I'm not sure how much personal information my mom shared, but we live in Indiana. When they got to the motel, she needed to use the restroom. Oh, no. He invited her inside, and she went in.
Oh, no.
And as soon as she walked through the door, he locked it behind her.
No!
She used the restroom.
I knew this was going to be some true crime shit. Bro, I knew it.
And came back out to find that he had poured them drinks, whiskey or something.
No. It's it's like this shit.
Poured in front of the lady unless you're trying to roofie them. I mean, that's just fucking so creepy. He offered her a drink, but she declined, saying she still had to drive home. He insisted. She declined again. That's when he got angry.
Because of course he would, because his ploy to kidnap this person is not working.
Didn't work. I'm wondering if this is like a true crime intention here, or if this dude just thought he was going to get laid. You know? That's where my mind is right now. Like, she wanted to come inside. Like, is this a murder situation?
But he locked the door.
I know. Is this a murder situation or is this the other? So that's when he got angry. He set the drinks down, grabbed her by the hair, threw her onto the bed, and started ripping at her blouse.
Oh my God!
She fought him off and ran to the window, trying to pry it open. He grabbed her again, threw her back onto the bed, and climbed on top of her. Then he started strangling her.
This is some true crime shit.
She fought even harder, managing to pry his hands from her neck. When he went to strangle her again, she grabbed his hand, put it in her mouth, and bit down hard. She bit off the tips of his pointer, middle, and ring fingers. According to her, biting through flesh is just as easy as biting into carrots. Though, to be fair, adrenaline was coursing through her. It did crack her teeth.
Oh my God.
Luckily, this is fucking nuts. This
is
crazy.
God.
Luckily, the room was on the ground level. She climbed out the window and ran.
Good.
Outside, she spotted a car about to pull out of the parking lot. She ran up to it, pounding on the window. The male driver seemed willing to help, but the female passenger hesitated, saying she could be crazy. I mean, at this point, I imagine she has blood on her face because she just bit off 3 fingers, so yeah. The driver took a second look at my mom and pointed out the red handprint marks around her neck, which later turned to bruises. They drove her to the hospital, and she was able to file a police report. The man wasn't from the area, but they eventually tracked him down. I was worried that this dude was going to get away.
Yeah.
He was, because like in the 80s, you could just fucking go into a hotel room and be like, I'd like to rent this with like $1 bill, and I'm going to give you a fake name. He was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in prison.
Good.
But that's not where the story ends.
What?
Fast forward to
it keeps going?
2008. So this would be 20 years from it, I think. Like just over 20? Yeah, 21 years past this. My mom and dad were living in a new town. It was late spring / early summer, and they were cleaning out the garage. They live in a neighborhood my dad grew up in, so he knows almost everyone. The very old Mr. R, who takes his morning walks, the kids riding their bikes, the couple across the street power walking in the evening, familiar faces everywhere. But suddenly, a stranger. An older man stood at the end of the driveway staring into the garage where my parents were cleaning. My mom spotted him and tried to figure out who he was. Honey, that's not Mr. R, is it? My dad looked over. No, I don't recognize him. Maybe he's new to the neighborhood. But the man didn't move.
Oh my God.
Mom got uncomfortable and went to the backyard. My dad started walking towards the road to introduce himself, but the man turned and walked away.
Oh my God. Does he have all his fingertips?
2010.
Does he have all his fingertips?
It jumps forward 2 years. It was a Friday night.
Oh gosh.
My parents were out dancing with friends, something they did at least once a month. My older brother was staying the night at a friend's house, and that left 16-year-old me home alone.
Oh my God.
Watching movies, eating junk food. We're one of those stereotypical white families with a second fridge in the garage. I feel attacked. Because I've always had a second fridge in the garage too, except for right now. Ours was stocked with soda and other sugary drinks. After finishing my 3rd or 4th Pepsi, naturally I went out to grab another. Gotta stay hydrated, am I right? Our fridge is right next to the... I was wondering who was keeping Pepsi in business, since I feel like every person I've ever met only drinks Coke, and now we know. I walked out, grabbed... Okay, hang on. Our fridge is right next to the back door of the garage, and unfortunately, this was before we had a privacy fence, so anyone could be chilling in the backyard. You can probably see where this is going. I walked out, grabbed a soda, and as I shut the fridge door and turned around, I saw a face damn near pressed up against the window, peering in right at me. I screamed and ran inside. Did I call the police? Nah. We lived around the corner from a bar, and it wasn't unusual for drunk people to cut through our yard on their way home. Instead, I made sure all the doors were locked, then sat my ass on the kitchen counter, where I would have the best advantage and could access any of the 5 exits. After a few attempts at calling my mom, who was undoubtedly in a loud bar, where apparently cell phones couldn't be heard, I called my boyfriend, who came to the rescue with his 3 best friends. They were somewhat armed with a couple baseball bats, a pellet gun, and I swear to God, nunchucks.
That's freaking hilarious.
That is very...
Hey, but for him to show up...
Yeah. Showing up with nunchucks is very Michelangelo of him. He also should have had pizza to really round out the image. They walked around the house, but whoever had been lurking there had already disappeared. I was terrified to go out to the garage at night ever again. 2011, the next year, an old man was arrested for trying to break into a bank downtown with a hammer. Yeah, pretty fucking dumb, right?
Oh my gosh.
When my mom saw his mugshot in the newspaper, she froze. She recognized him. It was the man who had stood in our driveway. He looked oddly familiar, though. More so than just being a stranger that she caught a glimpse of from a distance one time. She looked at the name under the photo and then lost her shit. It was the same man who had tried to strangle her all those years ago. He had been living in our town since he got out of prison early for good behavior.
What the fuck?
And it puts in parentheses, rolls eyes. He knew where she lived. She showed me the newspaper and I'll never forget it. That was the face I saw in the window. That motherfucker died in December of 2017, though, so we're good now.
Oh my God.
And that's the story. Hope it gave you the right amount of chills and what the fuck moments. You guys are the best. Love the podcast and everything you do. Thanks for reading, and I can't wait to hear more spooky goodness from you soon. Stay awesome, Raylan.
That guy had a fucking problem.
Yeah, no shit. Attached is the short article from the online local newspaper. Unfortunately, it doesn't show his creepy mugshot. Please don't read the article on the podcast as it mentions my hometown and the man's full name.
No.
We believe you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending proof of the story. That's fucking nuts.
Bro, like, what are the odds, though,
you know? What a roller coaster of emotions.
Dude, okay.
This dude was plotting shit for a long time. This is some Cape Fear shit.
He was probably like, I'm going to get you back for sending me to prison or something like that.
I would love to think, and this is just the fucking optimist in me, he was like, I'm going to go apologize to this person.
No way.
And that's why he was there, but like the fucking, him being outside the garage looking in the window, like, that is not an apology stance. End of driveway trying to hype yourself up to go apologize for a horrible thing you did, maybe, but not in the night peering in through a window in the garage. Like, no, that's fucking horrifying. So what a fucking what an email to end on, man. I can't even. My lord. That was excellent. Thank you so much for sending that in. Obviously, if you have any other stories, we'd love to hear them, but holy moly. That was intense. Please, more of these. If you guys have emails like this, please send it to us. I would love to read it. Please, everyone ask your moms and dads to share their trauma and their true crime stories. But yeah, seriously though, thank your mom for sharing that story too, because obviously that probably wasn't an easy thing to share. Yeah. But fuck, man. That is wild. Crazy. My God. Wow. All right. Wow. That concludes the emails for this episode. That said, I have updated Marbles on String because I was gonna. I'm gonna read some of these, and then we're gonna go ahead and move into Marbles. Chunk says, "Ooh, I love Robin's hoodie." Thank you. It's available on our store. You can get it. The back of it is the. You can't see the back, but no. It's a ghost. It's one of the ghost logos with the. What is it, Jason? The mask? Most. Oh yeah, the Jason mask. Yeah, it has the Jason mask on it. Crystal says, the baby. Oh, give her cuddles and love. Twins. I have that hoodie, LOL. And Crystal also said, I'm glad I was having a drink for that email. Damn. That one was super fucking intense. So, alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to minimize some stuff. Okay. She does not like being held in the chair on camera. No, I was just trying to rotate her body. She's not. I just try and show her off to my coworkers, and she's always just like, no, thank you. And I'm just like, I don't know why. She's just not wanting to be on camera sometimes. But she's like the most attention-seeking, cuddly dog ever. So, all right, that stuff is out of the way. Let's try and fire up Marbles. Robin, you can keep reading some of this stuff over here while I try and get us going here. Glitch says, I'll for sure play with y'all concerning Monster Hunter. He's already level 70. I don't remember when that game came out, but I haven't played it since Frozen World or whatever it was called. Let it go. Came out. Let it go. So, but your Aunt Angela says hello. Yes, your Aunt Angela says. She says hello back. You're very cute. You're very chill right now, though. You're very chill. She's very docile. She's not normal. She's usually like, I'm going to go ahead and run all over while you're in a meeting, but it's probably just because she's tired. She takes naps like all day, and I think we've not let her take a nap yet today. Oh, what a good girl. She also has no fear. She's, that test where it's like try and make your dog flinch to see if they're an abused dog. Like, if you try and punch this dog, she doesn't move, and then she just licks your hand the closer it gets to her face. Try it. Ha. Thank you, doggo. She's so freaking cute. All right, we should be logged in. I'm gonna get this switched over. This dog is the epitome of a not abused dog. Yeah, she is definitely a spoiled dog, but she's super cute. It's hard not to spoil her. She's also the best booper. If you put your finger out there, she kind of boops herself. She's so amazing. All right, this button might work. That's us in the bottom right. And there's marbles. It did work. Wondrous.
Get you someone who looks at you like this dog looks at Adam.
She's so sweet. I love her so much. All right. We used to be able to vote on the maps. I don't think we can do that anymore, which is unfortunate. So I'm just going to click random. We'll get into a race, and then we'll go ahead and... aw, you're so cute. Okay, there you go. Marble Centauri. Man, we've played this one so much. Locally, Robin holds the record. She
Hell
said
yeah. In 2021.
3.5 years ago.
We've been doing this for how many? Jeez.
3 minutes and 44 seconds. World record holder was set recently. Took 3 minutes and 27 seconds, which means we're not far off the world record. But let's jump in there, and we are going to go ahead and have you folks...
Ball?
A FNAF ball?
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh, where?
That one.
Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like it. All right, I got to get my Twitch out so that we can race one another. Thank you, Doggo.
Watch, it's just going to be you and me
right,
racing our balls.
Oh, you're such a cutie. You're so happy.
She wants to be all up in your shit.
I understand it. It's because of the love. Fun fact about myself, I am really hungry right now. Exclamation point play if you would like to get your marble on stream and get a chance to win some free dope-ass merch. And by that I mean a sticker. Which, there you go. Guess it's kind of dope.
I actually have currently a limited edition of 10 of these new designs. Oh god, turn your volume down, you little psycho.
Wow, rude.
Of these new stickers that I made. I wonder if I can roll over and grab them.
Give it a shot. What I'm going to do is go ahead and get the prediction up in case anyone likes to make some wagers of who will finish in a higher position, myself or Robin. And start a prediction. Who will last longer or rank better? That means if one of us falls off, who fell off first is the loser. So start the prediction. You guys got 2 minutes to decide. And then I will also come over here. And... oh, wow. The bottom of this is cut off. I can't actually see what's happening. Countdown, 120. I don't know what that says.
I only have 10 of these right now because I was testing it out. But they're kind of cute.
Are you willing to give those away?
Yeah.
Creasy says, "What's up, Adam? So much for my lunch."
It has Numeria on there, so.
You know I never forget about you. I always tell my new employees about like this guy I knew who was a hard worker, but his numbers weren't great, and I realized it's because he was totally blind and he was pretending that he could see the entire time.
Are you for real?
Kind of. I mean...
well, I know he's legally blind. But
I do use him as an example of like someone who works really hard that just needed someone to like advocate for him. But yeah, man, next time I'm in town, we'll definitely go get lunch. I have been standing up Jansen for a long time. The difference is with Jansen... he's
busy though too.
He's super busy, but I have a art print that he got. This is such a funny story. So, we did a gift exchange at work one time. I know that Creasy was there for this, and me and Jansen are super big Zelda fans. And someone gave him a Zelda print, which was like Link's outline, but it was like
splattered tie-dye.
Splattered tie-dye is what it was. And he showed it to me. He's like, you know, it must be a really shitty design when it can be Zelda, and I still hate it. And we joked around about how cheesy it was and how stupid it looked. And he went home and he was telling his wife, like, look at this thing I got at work. I can't believe how terrible this is. I hate it so much. And his wife got really upset, walked out of the room and walked back in with that exact same thing that she was going to give him for Christmas. So he fucking died laughing. And then he re-gifted the one he got at work to me for Christmas. So since then... we exchange it with each other for like every major holiday or birthday.
He literally just sent it back to him for Christmas.
I lost it, and when we moved here, I found it. I was like, fuck yes. So I asked him what his address was for Christmas. Disguised it as something else entirely, and then he opened it and he was like, you son of a bitch. So yeah, that's the most context I get with him, but yeah, I still love you guys, you know that. All right, 30 seconds away from the start of this race. We have 8 people in here. Robin, are you in? I'm in.
I think I'm in.
I don't know why it's not working like it used to. Can't even see the names.
Exclamation point play, everybody.
Creasy
if you're
just
in
joined.
Twitch, you got 12 seconds. Just an opportunity to win free sticker of some sort.
To win free sticker. It's not showing names, and I really don't like that. I wish I could change it. But it'll show us who's in first place. So right now, of course, Robin's in first place. Latreia is now in first place. Who's just going to get out of here first is the question. It looks like it's 911 Girl.
Let's go!
With myself right behind. Glitch is in third. Sherry Sue is in fourth.
Does anyone know if Mango has a season? Do mangoes have a season, or do they just grow all year?
I'm sure they have a season. At the very least, like, it might be multiple times a year. But, you know what? I'll go with probably. I won't say I'm sure. I don't fucking know. I've never grown mangoes. All right, here comes the pulsating rods that may launch us over Earth. If you're moving fast enough and you get hit with it like 911 Girl did, sometimes it'll launch you into first place, and sometimes it'll launch you to hell. Looks like Glitch. It says Glitch is in first place, but that ball directly in front, it must be the Ghost Ball. Yeah, there we go. I got the names. That is the Ghost Ball. So Glitch is currently ahead of Scaryish record pace, and it looks like Creasy is in second, and I am in third. Falling behind a little bit on the pace, going around what appears to be Mars right now. Yeah, and heading towards Jupiter, which is, of course, the gas giant, as we all know. Just in my very educated mother just ordered 9 pizzas, which the pizzas is no longer a planet, which is sad.
If you guys haven't seen, there's a new movie on Netflix that I watched last night called The Life List, and it was shockingly good. I thought it was just going to be like cheesy Hallmark level like movie. No, I cried. I cried multiple times.
You cry at Hallmark sometimes, though.
No. Not on this level. I literally was like wiping my eyes away multiple times. Highly recommend. It was good.
Right on. I was recording an episode of Twats, so I cannot vouch, but I do trust Robin's opinion.
Yeah, you came down. I was still crying.
You sent me pictures of the dog looking lonely because the episode took a while to record, and then Garrett and Faye and I stayed on and chatted so long that Faye was like, "I'm going to bed. Fuck you guys." And then Garrett and I stayed on for like another 5 minutes.
Poor Faye, like you were late to the recording session.
I was late by 30 minutes. Very unprofessional. Someone cooked me an amazing dinner, and it was so good. I had seconds, and I just completely didn't look at my phone at all. So technically, it's Robin's fault because she made this garlic chicken with a sauce that was incredible, and I was very happy. All right, we're all still going around.
This map is long as heck.
Saturn, because it's got the rings, and then look, there is Uranus. Looks just like it.
Ew.
Oh shit! Lady Boss just zoomed past, and that's Crystal. I don't know where you found the speed for that, but now in first place, possibly collecting a new sticker. Oh shit. Oh, fuck! I mean, obviously, I'm not going to collect the sticker. If you win second place, you're going to get it. Damn it! Glitch is taking the lead again. Robin's Scaryish record-setting pace is, like, way far ahead. You can't be veering side to side because the guardrails have lowered substantially, and the closer we get to the end, the lower they get. But right now, it looks like Glitch may be taking home his first victory in months. And I say that, god damn it, I fell off. So Robin fucking wins the stupid bet. This is bullshit. This is not fair. Oh, more pulsating rods that could just completely change the ending of this race. Latreia is now in second place. Sherry Sue just fell off. Robin is third. Glitch has made it past these, but it slowed him down greatly. And there's still some bumps in the road. Damn, more pulsating rods. They're everywhere. One last peg to make it past.
Oh!
Hopped over it. It appears that Glitch, you're taking home the victory. Congratulations. 21 seconds off the record pace, but still a victory. Latreia takes second place. And looks like Robin is going to die at the end! To the delight of everyone.
I didn't win the race, but I won the bet.
That's all that really matters, right? All right, congrats. Congrats to Glitch, our race winner. Final results. Woo, it's been so long.
Yeah, we really need to get our shit together. We've had a lot of stuff happen in life. And...
yeah, I've had a grandma die. My grandpa's in the process of dying.
Yep.
I went back to say bye to him a weekend or two ago, so It's been a rough year.
It's been rough.
But hey, lots of people die.
I'm
not trying to make it about me, and I'm not trying to exploit their death like Zach Baggins would do, so I haven't really talked about it too much on the show. But yeah.
Faye says, "Yeah, I didn't die." Unlike Adam's grandma.
What the fuck? You're not wrong. All right. Race menu. Like how she just slams herself back. We're going to do a random track. Everyone goes, says, I'm so sorry, Adam. It's okay. My grandmother was very...
It was coming for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. So it was a relief, to be honest with you. Now that she's gone, my grandfather's 98. If he makes it to April 28th, he turns 99, you know? And he's been also sick, but very focused on trying to just take care of my grandma till the bitter end. And now that she's gone, he's just like, okay, I can rest and relax. And he's just, deteriorated very, very quickly.
Crystal says, God damn, Robin.
Robin has no fucking chill. All right, moving into the next race. Another chance to win a sticker. Once we're in there, go ahead and type in !play. I will pay out the winners and start the bet again. Choose prediction, choose outcome. We had a lot of people vote for me, or a lot of points voted for me, although Robin was the one who won. Starting the prediction again. Who will rank better, last longer? 2 minutes from now. Going to start the countdown here. Go ahead, type in !play to get into the race, to get a chance to win some free merch.
Face it, Adam, your folks are bad at dying. Bro, they thought that his grandma was going to die
so many times.
Years ago, I swear.
I went back February of last year to say bye. And she died January of this year. She hung on for 11 more months. And then I went back to see my grandfather this time. And
you had already gone back to see your grandpa last year.
That was technically for my grandma.
Oh, during that.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Okay.
So I went to see my grandfather, and he's like, in a hospital bed in the living room because he's having hospice care at home. And my uncle was talking to him, and he's like, you're really bad at dying. And my grandfather was like, I know. People keep coming to say bye to me, and then they have to come back. It's so embarrassing. And I was like, yeah, but you're new at it. Like, I'm sure you'll get good at it eventually.
The fuck?
So it's just a natural part of life. I'm sure when I'm close to 100 too, I'll just be like, man, I'm ready. And I do feel like that's how he's been for a little bit. So it is what it is, but it does require, a lot of attention away from the show and just away from a bunch of other stuff. So my boss has been super cool about it. He's been like, don't worry about going and doing this thing. Take time off, be with your family. Like, you won't remember the project you worked on when you missed your grandpa's funeral or your grandpa's death. So
!play, everybody.
Yeah, we only have 8 people in. I think Creasy bounced because he's a jerk.
He can't see the screen.
I was going to say meaner. Yeah, maybe he just can't see his keyboard. Anyways, that's mean. Let's take a look at the track really quick.
That's true, that is mean.
Let's move around. No, I'm saying it's mean, acknowledging the fact that I'm always super mean to him. He's such a good sport about literally everything, though. Yeah, this one looks kind of fucking wacky, and apparently we're, like, cruising through space yet again.
Space Mountain, right?
It looks like it. It's Robotic Roadway. We're 5 seconds away from going, so this should be exciting-ish.
I feel like we're boring this year. I mean, we're boring every day.
What do you mean we're boring this year?
We're not doing any travel. We're not doing any...
Well, we need to recover because my credit cards are still glowing red hot on fire from our 3-week trip to Italy. I am out in front again, which just guarantees that I will die soon. Faye is right behind me in second place, and then looks like Crystal is in third. I don't know what that random ball is that's just floating through space and time. That's fun. Cat Beatrix, though, is the world record holder. I should say the Scaryish record holder here, so maybe that's that. It's an old track that's been updated, and you're just seeing trace the old track. Similar to how a ghost walks through walls, because those walls didn't used to be there when it was alive. Faye is now in first place, but we have this giant, massive funnel, which actually looks pretty fucking dope with, 3 rotating circles. Faye was unaffected by it and just dove straight through. Says Robin's in first place, but that's incorrect. Following Faye to see if she makes it through the mallets. Here we go.
They're too far. Oh, no, they're not.
Oh, Glitch has fallen off. RIP Glitch. Sherry Sue has made it and jumped out into the lead. I hate these squares as an obstacle. Robin has fallen off, and then I fell off. Robin died first, so whoever voted on me wins the bet. Sherry Sue is still in first place, floating through space in this very weird track. Their Lady Boss has also fallen off. Might hit the accelerator. Yep. Gets launched forward and bounces off. We only have 3.
Those balls
only have 2 people left. Latreia and Captain Fake Guy. And as long as you don't fall off, you have a pretty good chance of finishing first here. Because there's still a lot of obstacles to go. Although Latreia does have a pretty solid lead. Faye is closing in quickly. The fan blade here does tend to screw some people over if it launches you backwards instead of forwards. But it looks like Latreia navigated her way through that pretty well. and is heading towards a victory. Congratulations, Latreia.
So,
Faye closing in on second place. Only 2 finishers. Wow.
Everyone who's won, so Latreia, Glitch, can you send me addresses to send this stuff to you? Because I know Glitch bought a new house, so his address is going to be new. And I don't know if we have your address or an updated address from you, Latreia, so let us know.
Yeah, just send them over, and that way we can be for sure, and we can send it over to you guys to congratulate you for winning, and thank you, honestly, for watching the show, because it does mean a lot to us. I'm going to switch over to the other camera view, and our microphones are going to go quiet for just one. I don't know why you're singing that song now.
I don't know.
All right. I was like, does that have something in it about microphones going
quiet? my brand of ADD or something is like, I'm just a jukebox. Every little thing triggers something in my brain, whether that's a quote.
Every little thing she does is magic. Same, bro. We have the same touch of autism.
Yeah, it's either music, quotes from stupid movies, or...
We are all just a collection of our pop culture experiences.
Yeah.
And some of us have trouble keeping that wall between your current interaction and your memories, so they just come pouring out as soon as you hear anything.
And sometimes, I feel bad. I feel bad because
you don't let the person you're talking to enjoy your company. Because you just start singing random fucking pop song.
Because my brain is just like, I want to feel good by saying what's in my brain,
Yeah, she does that with me. I'll literally be in the middle of see, I was talking to my grandfather about his cancer, and
No.
We're talking about my cousin Layla, and she's like, Layla, bow, wow,
is that a song?
Wow, wow. It's an Eric Clapton song. That's obviously an example. Clapton? It's not something that actually happened. What the fuck did you just say? Who's Eric Clapton?
What song does he do?
Layla.
Okay.
There's a ton of songs.
What's an actual good song that I know?
Did you just say a good song? Okay, good thing you finished it off with that I know. Creasy is old as shit, so I'm sure he's losing his mind right now. 911 girl, we'll talk to her when we see each other next.
Give me an Eric Clapton song.
I just did, Layla, and just don't fucking hold me accountable because I'm blanking on the rest. Because you put me on the spot, but Jesus Christ. Latreia says, who won us talking to my client? You did! You won the second race. Send us your address. We will send you over one of the new stickers. Eric Clapton singing about George Harrison's wife. That shit is crazy. George Harrison was a fucking
from the Beatles,
bro.
Oh, yes. Okay.
He also sang I Got My Mind Set on You, which was one of my favorite songs growing up. Yeah.
How's it go?
I got my mind set on you.
I don't think I like Eric Clapton.
I don't think I like you. So, anywho, let's go ahead and wrap this show up so we can break up. No, I'm kidding. Marking it. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much.
Everybody who's listened to the episode, joined us for the episode if you joined us live. Hopefully you like the stories. That last one, whoa, what a doozy.
What a doozy, but it was very entertaining. It just, we all have that morbid fascination with stuff like that, so thank you so much for feeding that for us. Very much appreciated. If you have a story you would like to share with us, please email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It comes directly to us, or hit us up on our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast. Twitter is @Scaryish and Instagram is @Scaryish Podcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast, and those are monthly donations with tiers starting at $1. You can also go to coffeeko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast.
Yeah, if you want to watch us record a Storytime live as well, you can always follow on our social medias. We'll let you know when we're going to be recording. Usually we run 24 hours in advance. And it's youtube.com/Scaryish and twitch.tv/Scaryish Podcast. Thank you to everyone who watched live. Shout out to our winners, Glitch, Grim, and Latreia, because we do this little special thing at the end of every show. We give away a couple of free pieces of merchandise. So they were our winners for this episode. For those of you who've never joined us, you're missing out. So
if you want to watch our old videos, they're all on YouTube. You can go on YouTube. Yeah. You can watch us grow from little baby podcast people to now old.
See me gain about 60 pounds over 7 years and come back down by about 20 pounds and go right back up. When I look at the thumbnails, I'm just scrolling through to see certain things. I'm like, Jesus Christ, my facial hair, my hair, my face.
I was going to say, it's so usually the haircuts, the hairstyles that change a lot.
For sure. So that's always fun. So go ahead and check that out if you have time or if you're looking for some more stuff. We also have video game streams from a long time ago. We've done a bunch of different games. We've done versus nights where it's Mario Party, me versus Robin or something like that. So those are fun to check out. There's a ton of stuff on our YouTube channel, but give it a shot.
There's a video of me shaving Adam's legs.
Yeah, we had a giveaway.
And waxing his legs.
We had a giveaway. It was going to be one leg waxed, one leg shaved, and she's very terrible at waxing, which you realize when watching that video. So, but anywho, thank you so much for joining us for episode 209 of the Storytime franchise. That's everything we got. So, Robin, why don't you go ahead and sign us out?
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Also, for whoever won, please email me, or not email me, message me, whatever. You guys know my social media. Thank you.
Yeah, we're not going to do a game right after this. I don't think we're quite set up for it, but you never know. We might pop on later today. And if we do, we'll see you then. So thank you to everyone who watched live. We love you. Sincerely. And in a non-creepy way. Keep on creeping on.